Employment issues for returning citizens, and we'll continue to try to slog through this. I appreciate your patience. Driver's license suspension for controlled substances violations. Barrier, current Georgia law requires a 6-month suspension of a drug offender's driver's license upon conviction of any violation of the Georgia Controlled Substances Act without regard to whether the offense was related to the operation of a motor vehicle. Recommendation: authorize the elimination at the judge's discretion of the automatic driver's license suspension for minor drug offenders whose crime is not related to the operation of a vehicle. A deviation from the automatic suspension rule by the judge must be conditioned upon the successful completion of any and all treatment or programs required of the offender while incarcerated or on probation or parole. Restoring the offender's driver's license shall be an earned benefit.
My only suggestion is successful participation in or completion of.
Successful participation.
You want them to be able to have their license if they're participating in the program, not just get it once you finish.
And then successful would mean if you're not participating in it at, according to the judge's wishes, they can pull it. Okay.
You got to be in a program or finish the program in order to be considered.
Okay. Great recommendation will be made. Any other edit suggestions?
When we say minor drug offenders, I assume we mean we're talking about the offense, not the offender. And I think in the context, it may, and because we talk about juvenile justice in the context of the document, that it might be an ambiguous use of minor
Okay.
there. And since it's subject to the discretion of the judge, I would wonder whether we need to describe the nature of the offense, since we've sort of put it on the head of the judge to decide whether it's appropriate or not.
For minor drug offenses.
I would just I'd take the word minor out myself.
For drug offenses. Okay. Yeah, for drug offenses instead of offenders. Okay.
Y'all gonna limit that to drugs or drugs and alcohol?
VGCSA includes both, doesn't it?
You don't
Or-
lose- you
I'll
don't-
let a judge.
I mean, you get your license suspended for a DUI, but that by its very nature is a driving offense. I can't think of any other alcohol-related offense that would lead to you losing your license, unless you're a minor, that's right.
And Senator, I think that the purpose and the intent of this is to complement the bill that you passed last year regarding participants in DUI courts.
Yeah, that's why I asked the question.
Yeah. I
We'll
think.
make sure it extends to that.
Oh, no, sir. We're not touching that at all. I think the intent of the council is for this to complement your legislative efforts last year.
Sounds good.
Okay.
So it's the word deviation in the second sentence. Is that appropriate? If you're saying deviation, wouldn't it be an exemption from the automatic suspension rule?
That'd probably be a good suggestion.
To keep it consistent, if it's not elimination of the rule, but a suspension or a exemption at the judge's discretion.
So authorize an exemption at the judge's discretion.
Right. Exemption at the judge's discretion from the automatic driver's license suspension.
Okay.
Following up on that, do you want to say exemption or modification? I'm not sure how it would work in context, but would you might say allow a license to be used to get to and from a program or to and from work, but not for general entertainment purposes, or is that part of the discretion we want the judge to have?
So that it's,
Limited district.
so instead of elimination, authorize
Modification or
a modification,
or elimination, or removal.
a modification at the judge's discretion of the automatic driver's license suspension, and then an exemption from that suspension. I agree with you, Representative Pack, that exemption is a better word than deviation. We all right with that? Okay. All in favor of that recommendation? Anybody opposed or any further edits?